are closer than you think. The path may feel long, and at times your legs may tremble beneath the weight of your dreams. But don't you dare stop now, because this is the final stretch. This is the sacred moment when everything in the universe leans in and asks, the struggle is not something to fear, it is not a punishment, nor is it a sign that you've taken a wrong turn. In truth, the struggle is a sacred messenger whispering that growth is unfolding. When life feels heavy, when every step forward feels like walking through mud, remember this: you are being prepared, not denied. Too often we misinterpret discomfort as failure. We think that if something is hard, it must not be meant for us. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The seed must push through the dark soil before it reaches the light. The butterfly must struggle to emerge from the cocoon, not because life is cruel, but because the struggle itself gives it the strength to fly. You may not see it yet, but everything you're enduring right now is working for you, not against you. Each obstacle you face is chiseling away the parts of you that are too small for the vision you're carrying. Your heart is expanding, your mind is stretching, your energy is shifting. You're becoming someone who can hold more, give more, love more, and live more deeply aligned with your purpose. Growth is uncomfortable because you're leaving behind the familiar. Even if the familiar was unkind or limiting, it still felt safe because you knew it. But now you are moving into the unknown, and that can feel scary. You're shedding old beliefs, outdated identities, and emotional baggage that no longer fits. That's not easy. That's not light work, but it is necessary work. And yes, you will feel tired. You will have moments where doubt creeps in, whispering, is this really worth it? You may feel like giving up or wonder why it has to be so hard. And when those moments come, I invite you to pause, breathe deeply, and tell yourself, this is not where I stop. This is where I rise. You see, the struggle shows that you care, that you are invested, that something within you is willing to stretch for more. Struggle means you're in motion. You are not stagnant and you are not stuck. You are becoming. Think of the caterpillar. When it begins to transform, it turns into liquid inside its cocoon. It literally dissolves. It doesn't know it will have wings, but the design is already within it. So it trusts, it surrenders to the unknown, even when it can't see the future. You are in your own sacred cocoon. It may feel messy, it may feel confusing, but that's only because you're becoming something you've never been before. Trust that the design is already within you, too. Your vision, your power, your gifts, they're not ahead of you, they are inside you, being awakened by the very pressure you are trying to escape. There is gold in the struggle. Wisdom that no book can teach, strength that no one can give you, clarity that only comes from walking through the fire. And once you've been refined by it, nothing and no one can take that power from you. Struggle also teaches compassion. When you've walked through pain, you look at others differently. You soften, you listen. You become a safe space for others who are hurting, and in doing so, you raise the vibration of the entire world. You become a beacon, not in spite of your struggle, but because of it. So don't hide your struggle. Don't shame it. Don't rush through it or pretend it isn't there. Sit with it. Ask it what it's trying to teach you. Let it shape you, not break you. Know that you are strong enough to feel it, face it, and rise from it. One day, you will look back on this season of your life and see that it was the turning point. The moment when you chose not to give up, when you decided to keep believing, even with tears in your eyes. And that moment that decision to keep going, will be what unlocks everything you've been praying for. So if you're struggling right now, know that you are not alone. And more importantly, know that you are not failing. You are forging a new path. And yes, it's hard, but it's also beautiful. It's powerful, and it's leading you exactly where you're meant to go. You are doing better than you think. You are growing, evolving, and aligning with a version of you that is more expansive, more radiant, and more capable than ever before. Keep going. The struggle is not the end. It's the beginning of a deeper, more powerful you. And the life you're dreaming of, it's waiting just beyond this stretch. Don't give up. You are so close. Your vision chose you for a reason. It didn't land in your heart by accident, and it didn't come to tease you or frustrate you. That idea, that desire, that burning dream, it was placed inside you because you are the one who can bring it to life. Not someone else, not someone more qualified, more confident, or more ready. You. It doesn't matter if the vision seems too big, too far, or too impossible right now. In fact, the size of the vision is often a clue that it's meant to stretch you. It's not here to fit within your comfort zone. It's here to call you into a greater version of yourself. You were not created to live a small, diminished life. You were born with the capacity to grow, to evolve, and to transform. And your vision is simply the roadmap to that transformation. There is a divine intelligence at work in the universe, and it doesn't make mistakes. The visions we carry are sacred assignments, and when one finds its way into your soul, it's because the universe knows that you have something special, something that can give shape to the invisible. You may not see that strength right now, but it's already inside you. It just needs to be awakened through the journey. It's easy to fall into doubt. You may think, who am I to do this? I'm not talented enough, smart enough, connected enough. But those thoughts are lies born from fear, not truth. The truth is, you are enough right now. You were enough the moment the vision arrived. You don't need to wait until you feel ready, because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a choice. A choice to trust. A choice to begin. A choice to say yes to what is calling you. The path to your vision may not be clear. In fact, it rarely is. Often, it reveals itself step by step, moment by moment, just enough to keep you moving forward. You don't have to know exactly how it will happen. You just have to stay open and take the next aligned step. The how is not your job. Alignment is. When you say yes to your vision, life begins to rearrange itself to meet you halfway. Resources appear, opportunities find you, people show up, but only when you commit. Your vision isn't just about achieving something for yourself. It's bigger than that. It's about the lives you will touch, the hearts you will awaken, the hope you will inspire. You are the vessel, the channel, the messenger. That vision is not yours to keep, it's yours to deliver. And the world is waiting for what only you can offer. So don't dismiss your vision just because it hasn't happened yet. Don't shrink it down to match your current reality. Instead, rise to meet it. Grow into the person who already lives that life. Think their thoughts. Speak their words. Feel their energy. Act with their courage. Because the truth is, that future version of you is already alive. Within you, you just have to remember who you are. When fear shows up, and it will, don't run from it. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal that you're moving beyond what's familiar. Instead of shrinking back, talk to the fear. Thank it for trying to protect you, and then lovingly choose your vision anyway. Fear may ride in the car with you, but it doesn't get to touch the steering wheel. You are in charge now. Sometimes people won't understand your vision. They may question it, judge it, or even mock it. That's okay. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Don't waste energy trying to convince others. Instead, nurture your vision in silence. Protect it like a seed in the soil. Water it with belief. Feed it with action. And in time, it will bloom for all to see. And when it gets hard, and it will, come back to this truth. Your vision chose you for a reason. You were never meant to abandon it halfway. You were never meant to give up on it when things got tough. You were meant to carry it, even when it felt heavy. You were meant to hold on, even when it would have been easier to let go, because that vision is your compass. It is your lighthouse. It is your reminder that your life has meaning beyond the ordinary. So keep going, keep trusting, keep saying yes, not just once, but over and over again. Say yes when you're tired. Say yes when you're unsure. Say yes when the world says no. Because every yes you give to your vision is a yes to your soul. And that kind of commitment changes everything. When you focus on the end, you activate a part of yourself that already knows the outcome is certain. You begin to live not in fear, not in doubt, not in lack, but in the powerful energy of completion. You stop measuring your progress by how much effort you've put in or how many hours you've worked. Instead, you shift into the awareness that what you seek is already done in the invisible. It's already on its way to you. And all that's left for you to do is align your thoughts, your energy, and your faith with that reality. You see, we've been taught to believe that the harder we work, the more we deserve. We've been conditioned to equate struggle with worth. But the truth is, manifestation does not come from exhaustion. It comes from alignment. It comes from clarity. It comes from knowing. When you affirm the end, you stop worshiping the grind. You stop over-identifying with the hustle. And you begin to embody the version of you who has already arrived. This is not about avoiding effort. It's about where you place your focus. Are you consumed by how difficult it is? Are you counting the hours, the sacrifices, the setbacks? Or are you already feeling the joy of the desire fulfilled? Are you speaking from victory or from fear? When you affirm the end, you begin to speak words like, I am already living in abundance. I am already successful. I am already healed. I am already loved. These are not empty phrases. They are energetic signatures. They tell the universe who you believe you are. And the universe responds not to your effort, but to your vibration. Think of a seed planted in the ground. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, trust it, and allow the process to unfold. You don't scream at it to hurry or worry that your watering wasn't enough. You believe that something is happening, even when you can't see it. That is the energy of affirming the end. Too often, we stay stuck in the middle. We affirm the lack, the distance, the waiting. We say things like, I've worked so hard, but nothing's happening, or I hope this works out, or maybe one day I'll get there. These words, though innocent, keep us looping in a reality where the goal is always out of reach. But when you speak as if it's already yours, you collapse the distance between now and then. You become a match for the outcome, and life rushes to meet you there. This isn't about pretending or lying to yourself. It's about accessing the version of you who already exists in that desired state. That version of you is not waiting for permission. They are not waiting for conditions to be perfect. They are living from a place of certainty. And when you tap into that energy, something magical happens. Your actions become inspired. They become clear, joyful, and efficient. You no longer act from panic or pressure. You act from peace. The truth is, The energy you hold while you work matters more than the work itself. You can take 10 steps in frustration and get nowhere. Or you can take one step in full alignment, and everything changes. So if you're tired, if you're worn down from trying and pushing, I invite you to stop, not to give up, but to shift your perspective. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel the version of you who already has what you desire. What do they feel like? How do they walk, speak, love, and rest? Let yourself dwell in that feeling, because the more you live in the end, the faster it becomes your reality. Speak this truth over your life. It is already done. It is already mine. I trust in divine timing. I allow my good to find me with ease and grace. These are not just pretty words. They are a declaration of your faith. They say to the universe, I know who I am, and I know what I deserve. Stop keeping score. Stop measuring your worth by what you've accomplished today. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are becoming. And every thought, every choice, every breath that aligns with your desired end brings it closer. You don't manifest by chasing. You manifest by allowing, by softening into trust, by claiming the victory before you see it. The energy of certainty is magnetic. When you know it's yours, it can't help but come. So let go of the need to prove yourself. You are already worthy. You are already powerful. You are already aligned. Focus on the end, not the effort. Feel the end. Affirm the end. Live from the end. And watch how quickly the world begins to reflect the truth you now hold. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It is not failure. It is not laziness. Rest is sacred. Rest is a form of wisdom, a way of listening to the whispers of your soul. When your body is tired, when your spirit feels stretched, when your mind begins to race with worry or self-doubt, it is not always a sign to push harder. Sometimes it is a quiet invitation to pause, to breathe, to allow. You were never designed to go full speed without stopping. Even the sun takes time to set. Even the tide ebbs and flows. In a world that glorifies hustle and praises constant productivity, we are made to feel guilty for needing rest. We are taught that we must earn our stillness, that stopping is something reserved only for when everything is done. But the truth is, everything will never be done. Life is not a checklist to conquer. It is a rhythm to live by. And in that rhythm, rest plays an essential part. Rest does not mean giving up. It does not mean abandoning your vision or surrendering your dreams. It means you understand that you are human, that you are spirit and flesh, energy and emotion, that you have limits not because you are broken, but because you are alive. Pushing through exhaustion only leads to burnout, bitterness, and disconnection. But when you rest with intention, you recharge the very energy needed to keep going. There is strength in knowing when to pause. There is power in stepping back to restore your alignment. Just as a tree sheds its leaves to conserve energy in winter, you too are allowed to retreat so you can bloom again. The pause is part of the process. The stillness is part of the success. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is stop running and let yourself be. It's okay to rest, to put down the weight for a moment, to step away from the striving, to silence the noise that says you're falling behind. Because you're not. You're simply realigning with your center. You're remembering that you are not a machine. You are a soul navigating a human journey. And that journey requires softness. It requires compassion. It requires rest. Rest allows your mind to clear. your intuition to return, your heart to speak again. In rest, you reconnect with your why. You rediscover your purpose not through effort, but through surrender. The answers you've been chasing often come when you stop chasing. The breakthroughs arrive in the quiet. The clarity flows in the stillness. You don't need to force it, you just need to allow it. Sometimes we fear rest because we think everything will fall apart if we let go. But the truth is, you hold your vision more powerfully when you are rested and whole. You show up with more light, more presence, more depth when you are not depleted. Rest is not quitting, it is preparing, it is anchoring you deeper so that you can rise higher. And when you return from that sacred pause, you come back stronger, wiser, and more attuned to what matters. Let yourself be kind to your body. Let yourself sleep. Let yourself unplug. Let yourself laugh, cry, stretch, dream. Let yourself receive the healing that comes from doing absolutely nothing for a while. This is not indulgence. This is self-respect. You deserve to feel good on the way to your dreams, not just at the destination. And remember, no one else gets to define what rest looks like for you. It may be a walk in nature, a moment of silence with your hand on your heart, a weekend of solitude, a cup of tea without distraction. It may even be setting boundaries and saying no to what drains your soul. Whatever it looks like, honor it, make space for it. Build your life around rhythms that nurture you, not deplete you. Rest is a radical act of self-love in a world that never stops moving. It's a statement that says, I trust in divine timing, I trust in myself, I trust that what is meant for me will not pass me by simply because I took a moment to breathe. The universe is not in a rush, and neither are you. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and when you rest, you align more deeply with that flow. So take your time. Recharge, reset, remind yourself that you can pause without quitting, that your dreams will not disappear just because you took a break. They will still be there, waiting patiently, growing stronger in the soil of your faith. When you're ready, rise again with new strength, new clarity, and a heart that is rested, open, and whole. You don't have to do it all today. You just have to honor where you are. Keep the vision in your heart, but give yourself the grace to rest along the way, because this is not a race. This is a journey of becoming, and rest is not the end, it's part of your becoming. There is a rhythm to life, a divine order that flows through everything, and when you align yourself with that rhythm, when your thoughts, feelings, and actions begin to match the truth of who you really are, the universe begins to rise in your favor. You no longer have to push, beg, or chase. Things begin to unfold in ways that feel natural and effortless. This is not magic, it is alignment. Alignment means you are in harmony with your true self. It means you are no longer pretending to be someone you're not. You're no longer living by fear or people-pleasing or trying to force outcomes. You are grounded in your truth. You're choosing thoughts that support your vision. You're following what feels right instead of what looks right. You are no longer fighting the current of life. You are flowing with it. And when you do that, the universe responds. Doors begin to open, people show up at the right time, opportunities unfold that you could not have planned. The more you align with your inner truth, the more everything around you begins to align too. It is not because you are doing more, it's because you are being more you. The universe doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to energy, it mirrors your internal state. This is why you don't have to compete, prove, or chase. There is no need to wear yourself out trying to convince the world of your worth. Your job is to remember it, to embody it. When you know who you are and act from that place, the right people recognize it. The right situations find you. Life begins to meet you where you are, not where you pretend to be. You may have noticed that when you're desperate, nothing seems to go right. When you're grasping and trying to control, everything feels out of reach. That's not punishment. It's a sign you're out of alignment. But when you let go of the need to force, when you trust in the timing, when you release resistance and choose peace over panic, that's when things begin to shift. Alignment doesn't mean everything is perfect. It doesn't mean you never feel sad or scared. It means that even in those moments, you return to yourself. You don't abandon your truth just to be accepted or comfortable. You listen. You honor your feelings. You stay open. You allow the flow to guide you instead of trying to control every step. You align when you choose love over fear, faith over worry, presence over pressure. You align when you stop seeking outside validation and start listening to the quiet wisdom inside of you. That wisdom is always speaking. It's the voice that says rest, or speak up, or this isn't for you anymore. It's the nudge to take the leap, or the whisper to walk away. And every time you listen, you move closer to the life that was meant for you. Alignment is powerful because it restores you to your natural state of receiving. You don't have to chase what is meant for you. What's meant for you will recognize your energy when it is true. That is why alignment is the greatest magnet. It draws in the relationships, experiences, and abundance that match the vibration of your truth. Sometimes we think alignment means doing more spiritual practices or being perfect in our thinking. But it's much simpler. Alignment is authenticity. It's honesty. It's self-trust. It's living in a way that feels good to your soul, not just looks good to others. And when you live like that, the universe supports you, not because you are flawless, but because you are real. Every time you choose to follow peace instead of panic, the path becomes clearer. Every time you trust the process instead of rushing it, the pieces begin to fall into place. Every time you affirm your worth instead of questioning it, life reflects that truth back to you. The universe is not against you. It never was. It is simply responding to the signals you send. So if things have felt hard or stuck, ask yourself gently, am I aligned? Not with your ego, but with your essence. Are you moving from love or from fear? Are you holding on tightly, or are you allowing life to unfold? Are you being true to yourself, or trying to meet someone else's expectations? You don't need to chase your desires. You need to become the version of yourself that naturally receives them. That version of you is calm, trusting, clear, grounded, open. That version of you is already enough. You don't need to become someone else to be supported. You need to remember who you are. When you return to alignment, things begin to flow, not always instantly, but undeniably. And the more you align, the more ease you feel, the more peace, the more miracles. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped resisting your truth. You are not here to struggle endlessly. You are not here to force and prove. You are here to align, to trust, to create, to receive. And the moment you come home to yourself, the universe comes rushing in to meet you. You don't have to chase your vision. You don't have to constantly strive or beg for it to happen. You simply have to become it. Because the truth is, you are the embodiment of your vision. It lives in you. It breathes through your desires, your intuition, your dreams, your imagination. It isn't something outside of you to be obtained. It's something already within you to be awakened. Your vision is not a far-off destination. It's a frequency, a state of being, a version of you that already exists in the unseen, just waiting for you to align with it. And the moment you stop thinking of your dream as something distant and start embodying it in the now, your whole world begins to shift. You begin to attract what you once thought you had to chase. You begin to walk, speak, and show up as the person who already lives that reality. And that is when the invisible becomes visible. It begins with the decision to stop waiting to feel ready, waiting for circumstances to be perfect, waiting for validation or proof that it's all going to work out. When you choose to embody your vision now, before the evidence, before the results, you are stepping into your power, because the outer world can only reflect what you hold within. When you carry your vision in your energy, in your self-concept, in your vibration, it has no choice but to manifest. So ask yourself, if it was already mine, how would I feel? How would I think? How would I treat myself? How would I walk into a room? What would I allow? What would I say no to? When you begin to live from those answers, you collapse the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You are no longer just visualizing, you are embodying, you are becoming. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming more of who you really are beneath the fear, the doubt, the conditioning. Your vision is a mirror. It reflects the truth of your soul. That's why it won't go away. That's why it keeps calling you, whispering to you, even in your quiet moments. It's not here to tease you or make you feel unworthy. It's here to guide you back home to yourself. Every time you speak with confidence, act with integrity, and show up with intention, you reinforce that embodiment. You don't have to have the full plan. You don't need to know every step. What you need is alignment, being internally matched with the outcome you desire. And you do that by holding the belief that it is already yours. You make choices as that future version of yourself. You dress like them, speak like them, take care of your energy like they would. You show up in the now as if it's already done. This is not about faking anything. It's not about pretending or performing. It's about returning to your natural state, where you are empowered, clear, and certain, where you trust yourself, where you are not desperate or needy, because desperation says, it's not mine yet. But embodiment says, it's already done. One repels, the other attracts. You must understand that you are not here to earn your vision through suffering. You are not here to prove your worth to anyone. You are already enough. You are already chosen. And the vision that lives in your heart is not separate from you. It is you. The more you act in harmony with that truth, the more your life reorganizes around it. Your choices shift. Your boundaries strengthen, your standards rise. And with each choice, you move deeper into alignment with the reality you're calling in. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when fear tells you that you're just dreaming too big. But you must remember, your vision is sacred. It is not too much. You are not asking for something unreasonable. You are asking to become who you were always meant to be. You are asking to live in your truth, to express your full self, to experience life from a place of expansion instead of survival. You don't need anyone's permission to embody your vision. You don't need external signs to validate what you already know deep down. Start where you are. Start with your energy, your habits, your thoughts. Speak life into your vision every single day. Move with faith even when you can't yet see the results. Live like it's already yours. And trust that the world will rise to meet the version of you who refuses to shrink. This is your time to stop asking if it's possible and start declaring that it's already unfolding. Because the moment you align with your vision internally, everything external begins to shift. Not through force, but through resonance. Not through struggle, but through certainty. You are not separate from what you desire. You are its home. its voice, its vessel. So stand tall, speak boldly, act intentionally, walk with the quiet confidence of someone who knows, I am the embodiment of my vision, and it is already done.